right, here we go.
Greetings travelers, welcome back to House DM. Today I'm going to be going over both of my Dungeon Master kits. Also hello to all my new subscribers, welcome to the channel. It doesn't happen very often, but I do enjoy engaging in conversation in the comments. So if you
Is that a new book in the back? Old School Essentials? I think I've seen that somewhere. Is that like the OSRS like revival kind of thing? Let me know in chat. It looks like a new book. Old School Essentials. It looks interesting. Oh, he's got that Mork Borg sticker too. I like his little setup here, dude. He's got nice minis and everything. I mean, yeah, it's good.
you want to say hi, I look forward to connecting with you there. So I have two kits that I use to run my D&D sessions. I have a minimalist one and I have my main one. The reason I have a minimalist kit is because I used to be an outdoor educator and I would also run D&D after school programs about twice a week. And once an outdoor educator, always an outdoor educator. Hashtag birds are tight. If you know, you know.
Dude, how cool is it that Cyberpunk has an app and basically you could literally just play Cyberpunk right away anywhere that you are. I've always thought about that. Like I'm out with my family and stuff. If I ever needed to run a game, you know, whoever needs to run a game on the fly like that. But if I ever needed to run a game, I could tell everybody to download the app and just start playing. I mean, that's pretty dope. It's made by one guy, you know? One guy made the app for our game. Sick.
When I would run D&D for this after school program, I needed a smaller and more compact kit that I could just throw in my bag and it just had everything I needed to run the game. It also needed to be fairly durable because kids. Now I'm going to show you both this minimalist kit that I used when I was an outdoor educator and my current minimalist kit, and they're definitely not the same now at this point. It looked a little bit like this. You've probably seen these mats before. This is just a Chess X battle mat. Rolls out fairly easily.
All right, I love this Chess X battle map. This is a neoprene one. I have one. I don't know if it's here. Bam, son. All right, I'll go full screen on this. This thing is sick, dude. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's the same one. It's grid on one side. Or sorry, square and then grid on the hexagonal on the other, whatever the hell it's called. But the thing that makes this the best is this. Sorry, I know, gross. Wet erase. Wet erase marker. I mean, you know, not your thumb. That's usually not, but water should be fine. And this was actually like a little theater map that I made. It's not too bad, right? I mean, not the best, but highly recommend it. Highly recommend it if you want to do battle maps on the fly. Tyler Australia says, do you watch any Matthew Colville? He has lots of great videos like Seth. I think, hey, what's up, Jay? How are you? We got Jay Gray in chat, ladies and gentlemen. Chooms, we got Jay Gray in chat. Let everybody know. I do like Matthew Colville. I think Matthew Colville, here, I'll say it this way. Matthew Colville has a lot of great information, very wise, very good videos. But he had a internet interaction with a good friend of mine, and I didn't like the way that he acted. And you know, I'm not trying to start beef with nobody, but I just didn't like the way that he acted towards my friend, and because of that, I kind of soured on him. That's it. You know, maybe it's a misunderstanding or something, but it was just like a little incident. But that's it. All right, let's check this out.
You can use wet erase markers on there, and that's actually what's in this small little kit here. Got microfiber towel.
Good.
2 wet erase markers.
Wet erase, yep.
You can literally draw with anything like this onto these mats. A little spit.
It's good. Literally what I just did. Oh wait, I don't have the cam on. I'm silly. Sorry guys. Wet erase, and you can also use this for like a, you know, on the fly like scratch, you know, like NPC health bars and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
And it would just wipe right off. Let's just empty this all out here. There we go. This is a bag of tokens.
Tokens, okay.
Now these backgammon pieces are what I would use as miniatures for my players. Same thing with the wet erase markers on the canvas mat. You can also use this. Actually, I think this is vinyl. Pretty sure it's like a vinyl
or neoprene.
You can just write names on these
and
tokens,
erase them.
and that's how you would place them. They're perfect size to fit in a 1-inch square, which at the time.
Yeah, this is a good minimalist kit so far that I'm seeing. I don't know why the lighter is there. I'm interested to hear about the Zippo. It is interesting though.
I used a grid, especially with students. You know, it's easier to just mark it out on a grid. So there's your characters.
Oh yeah, Jay has a good idea in chat there. A while back, I got a set of interlocking square tiles, easier to store, and they don't keep the fold creases. Yeah, it is annoying that every time I have to put the mat out, I have to like push it down, and like, you know, it's not as great. And there is way more immersion with an interlocking square tile. So I totally get that. There's a lot of them out there too. There's a lot of them. Dice says, when I found this guy's video, he was less than around 1,000 subs. I just randomly was recommended to me, and I was like, this is brilliant. Yeah, I don't care what sub amount he has. I'm with you.
Standard D20 set. A big D20. Oftentimes, I would like set this up as a timer, or just it was easier to view, or it would be a big boss monster. Easy to be like, hey, this monster is the big boss, and they have 10 hit points, or they can take 10 hits, so to speak. This was super helpful to have.
Yeah, it's also novel. Like, I have a D100 that it just doesn't work. Here, I'll show you guys. But, you know, even though it doesn't work, doesn't mean I wasn't going to buy it. All right, here, let's go full screen on this bad boy. See, this thing is a D100, but I'm sure you guys see the problem. What's the problem? It's a circle. What is it's a sphere. It's a sphere. So what does the sphere do? It keeps on rolling. Right off the table. And I don't even know what that says. Is it a 40 or a 53 or a 12? I don't know. There's too many numbers on that thing. But it is cool. Actually, if you take a look at it, there's like little divots inside the numbers. So like, you know, it's supposed to settle. You see how it's like kind of like wobbling right there? That's because it's settling on one of those divots. But like I said, once again, what is that? Is it a 96? You know? What's the number? What's the number that I rolled? I don't know. But it's fun.
Here's all the tokens I used. You'll see there's like black marbles, red little tokens, and gold ones. Typically, I would use these red ones to mark enemies. Sometimes I'd use the black ones if it was a different type of enemy. The gold ones were mainly used as points of interest or treasure. So when I would lay these out on the map, that would get people excited because they know.
Yeah, just like Jay says in chat, years ago I lived in Albany, New York. There was a small store selling industrial and stained glass products, including colored beads by the bagful. Those are super useful for many purposes. Just like my house DM is saying right here. Look at that. Points of interest.
That this is either a magic item or a potion along those lines. And then this is like an agate. I have a ton of these little smooth agates in this bag. And I would kind of use them for the same purpose as treasure. These were a newer addition once I started collecting agates.
Yeah, this is cool. So this is his minimalist kit. So this is his kit that he can pull out at any time and play a very vast game of D&D, or of anything really. But the idea is he has all the elements for it to be as complicated as it needs to be. You know, it doesn't have to be basic. It can be advanced, but he doesn't need a lot of items. All these like different tokens and stuff could denote, you know, one's a house, one's a castle, one's a treasure, one's a chest, one's a trap, one's a monster. All that stuff you can do with the different beads. I like it.
But yeah, any sort of shiny thing will work to mark that. You don't need to use like super fancy whatevers. And then the last item here is a zipper lighter.
We got to know what this is.
Yeah, it's probably out of fuel. We use this to burn character sheets because it's a dramatic way to send off your dead PCs.
Ah, interesting. I don't know about you guys, but every time I've had a player's character die, they want to keep the character sheet. You know, it's something to remember them by. Actually, no, one time the player was like, you can keep it. But to burn a character sheet, I don't know. It's a little tough to burn a character sheet. I don't know if I'd be okay with doing that. Dice says, I have a little stockpile of mini bases of different sizes that I use. That's good. That's a good thing to have. Just go through your mom's house. Chances you'll find a lot of decorative quiche with colorful beads. Yeah.
And that's it. This setup worked really well for me, and my students were extremely into our campaign. My minimalist kit now has changed quite a bit since then. While I am no longer running after school programs, I do sometimes DM at one of my players' homes. And that kit looks a bit more like this. So got a Bluetooth speaker here for me.
We got minimal kit number 2. All right.
Music during my game session. You'll see this is actually a dice box I made. There's just some Dwarvish runes on there. It's a little bit of Elder Futhark, honestly. You can get this box like already.
How about the fact that he had to put that disclaimer of what kind of dwarven it is, or else people are dwarvish, or people would come after him.
It's a little bit of Elder Futhark, honestly. You can get this box like already assembled like this at like your local craft store, and then just buy a piece of felt and hot glue it in there. And then I just stained mine with like a wood stain and did a little wood burning runes on it. And here's my dice storage. This is literally one of those camera cases. You can buy this online or from the Unholy Empire. We all know.
Oh, interesting.
I've got my main dice in here. This is just bags of other dice. These are the main dice I use.
Main dice.
I like them.
Love it. Love the big numbers, legible, easy to read. That's so big, dude. That's so big. I don't understand why there are so many dice makers out there that are making complicated dice that you can't read. I just don't get it. If the functionality's not there, I mean, I do get it. Some people like the designs and stuff just for the artistic value, but it doesn't feel utilitarian to me. Cyborg Bushin, did you watch the trailer? Your thoughts? Yep, I did. You might want to rewind the stream and catch up and then come back. Or, you can do whatever you want. I appreciate it.
Big font.
Or Jay Gray says, good for storage, the fish tackle box or sewing kit boxes. Or you get that the cookie box that your grandma has for those cookies, and she puts like sewing stuff in there. You use that one? Well, I guess that is a sewing kit box, right?
This bag just has standard D6s. This
coins?
is actually coins. 2 types of coins. One, I use these little...
Bentrick says, my favorite dice have symbols as the max number. Dude, how about when they put a symbol on the max and the minimum? So you're like, so now I have to memorize what's a 1 and what's a 6? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Games Workshop has done that a while, but I think they've gotten away from it, actually. Danish butter cookies, that's what it is.
Dwarvish coins here for hero tokens if you're playing ICRPG or Inspiration. I'll pass these out. It's fun to give physical coins to my players. And again, this is a minimalist.
This is harking back to what Seth was saying, using props. Props that's something I need to introduce into my game. There's always room to learn, dudes. Always room to learn. I need to introduce some props.
Kit. So I have these like kind of character tokens I'll use to represent different classes. So I think this is like Paladin or Cleric. This one with the
those are fun.
is a Warlock.
Yeah, those are fun.
You could probably guess that's a Druid. The Harp is a Bard.
They look hefty too.
Yeah, so I'll use these to represent character models if I don't have minis. Sometimes we'll use minis. And you'll see I have these like chunks of these skull dice. I first saw some skull dice from Hank and Ferdinand over at Runehammer, utilizing these as monsters. I painted some of them red to differentiate between types of enemies.
Okay.
I love these dice. They are
That's
so
cool.
helpful to just lay them on the
Yeah,
battlefield.
that easy to
Probably
be
seen
monsters.
a couple YouTube
Yeah.
shorts of me utilizing these.
Oh, look at
super
that
helpful.
spinner.
Purple ones, you know.
Okay.
I think this is a D20 from someone.
I like he uses the different colors and stuff. You can tell that this guy does a lot of Adventure League, where, you know, a bunch of strangers come together and play D&D, and he likes to be prepared for all occasions. It's good, man. Anytime you get a game master that cares this much, you know you're going to have a good time. Cyborg says, let's see. Or Jay says, physical luck is so useful for helping people remember they have it to spend. Yeah, we were just talking about that right before you popped in. You might have missed it, Jay. I was thinking of, you know, having like a luck pool, and maybe having like a physical token about it is good. You're right. Cyborg says, what advice would you give to a game master that struggles to describe Night City's environment during sessions? Well, Jay, I'll say what Jay says right under: pictures to show, sirenscape sound set for the audio, describe smells. Smell is our greatest window to engaging the imagination. Yeah, I think the basic rule is like three senses. You say Night City, you give them the time, the setting, and then you give them three senses: what they see, what they hear, what they smell. Those are usually those three things. If you focus on that, it gives people a really good picture. So for Night City, we can say the neon glow from the signs, from the advertisement lights up the streets. You smell the burnt CO2 fuel that's coming around with all the vehicles driving by. Sorry, I'm doing this off the top of my head. And you hear the sound of gunfire in the distance as the police are chasing down some booster gangs. I just like gave you an idea of what kind of dark, dingy part of Night City you're in. So it all depends. You might be in, you know, like a geisha club or something. You might be in a corporate environment. All those things use some kind of sight or use some kind of senses to let them know.
In my Magic the Gathering group. I don't know whose it is. If it's yours, sorry, I haven't.
I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit.
Random bits and bobs, the diamond,
Okay.
your players, tokens like that.
Yeah, so this guy has a lot of cool props.
I got another one.
The cardinal directions.
More fire and bits and pieces.
Gotcha. So yeah, the fire tokens are to let you know that there's a fire there, basically, so you can interact with the environment. The cardinal directions one is pretty good too.
I also got a bunch of index cards in here. Started writing quests, or like the purpose for players to be doing things. This is for.
Let's see here. Strahd acquiring the bones. Location is at church or in city streets. D12 rounds, he arrives. By the way, this is how I write campaigns. This is how I write like specific sessions, and then he's got a character, a stat block here. Oh, it's for Strahd. It's actually Strahd. AC 16. Holy shit. DC 21. Jesus Christ. 300 HP. Holy cow. Anyway, I've never played Curse of Strahd, so all right, Jay, have a good one, buddy. Thanks for coming by. Miss you. It's good seeing you. Yeah, this is great. It's cool that he holds on to it. You know, one of these days I might go through on stream. We might go through my campaign notes, but I like this. I want to read what was said on back here.
I also got a bunch of index cards in here. Started writing.
This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in... I don't know what this is. Look for an entertaining man with a monkey. This man is more than he seems. Oh, I guess maybe these are NPC dialogue options that he can use on the fly that he liked. Interesting. So far, I'm really liking his minimalist kit. The only issue is now he's introducing this kind of thing to it, and I think I might be overwhelmed with all this stuff. But you know what? He knows where everything is. He knows how to use all this stuff, and I'm sure he has a bunch of experience with it. So I'm just saying personally, for me, it might be too much even for a minimalist kit. Amazing advice, guys. Thanks. I'm from France and I'm traveling to Los Angeles in a few days. I think it will help me get a better idea of what California looks like. Yeah, right now we got a lot of June gloom in California, in LA. I live in LA as well. The sky looks like it's gonna rain any second, but it's not raining, so it's a strange time.
And quests.
Fast forwarding a little bit.
This is, and then this is my newest one, which is the
okay.
I forget. It's not a. Now,
All
my main DM kit looks slightly different from my minimalist one. This kit is quite a bit more bulky, and it kind of works better by staying with the rest of my RPG stuff, like all behind me. So I tend not to really travel that much with it. But sometimes I do.
Yeah, Night City is a lot like current day LA. The reason I don't know the real reason why Mike didn't use current day LA as the main setting, but I believe it was just so he could like make a city from scratch and he didn't have to worry about like any history or anything. He made his own history with Night City being built in Morro Bay. So that's why it works so well as a setting. But what's also cool about it is you could be from LA, you could be from New York, you could be from, Nashville, and you'll recognize elements in the city that are similar to the city that you lived in. So yeah, when you come to LA, I'm definitely sure you're going to get some inspiration.
Drag it along with me. And that kit looks more like this. Now, my main kit includes everything that you saw in my minimalist kit, but I also have this like sterilite box full of a bunch of bits and pieces.
Oh God. Yeah, this guy's got a lot of stuff.
From, like, a local grocery store during the holiday season. I think it's for like holiday ornaments.
All right, there's stuff in here that I'm like, will you ever really use it? Or are you just hoarding? Hey, I'm not judging, dude. This is only a percentage of my models. Okay, there's models in that corner over there that you can't see.
But extra dice.
I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit. Okay, it looks like he's got a lot of terrain that goes really well with each other. Okay, it's cool. There, I see tea candles over here as well. Tea candles are nice.
So here's some Jeremy Blackmagic Craft pillars I made. He talks about this in his videos. He's super right. I definitely always use these.
Pillars. Oh yeah, I guess pillars are a good way to form a building because you're on a flat plane. What am I missing? I'm missing something.
Same with my dungeon walls. Post a link of me making these. This is EVA foam. What I love about the EVA foam is I can just throw these in the box and I don't have to worry about the XPS foam getting ruined or anything like that. They're just so durable. Same with these little corners. These things are like so helpful for like.
Yeah, I'm with you, Lana Vanya. I think his minimalist kit, the first one, was the best one. And I would even use that for like my main game. If I know we're going to be using terrain and stuff, I kind of plan that in advance. I'm not one to make terrain on the fly, but then again, I've never done that before, and I'm curious to see how other game masters do that.
Setting up the negative space for.
Oh, here we go. He's about to do it right now.
Something along those lines. Ta-da!
Yeah, he did that pretty quick.
Super great. This is just a piece of XPS foam with some moss from your craft store glued on. I use these as bushes and stuff.
Yep.
I even have
some stairs.
Style door here.
So it looks like this. So this, okay, what we're looking at here, folks, he's already brought up Blackmagic Craft more than once. If you guys know anything about Blackmagic Craft, it's one of the best YouTube channels out there. And they give you DIY ideas on how you can make your own, like, anything. Cyberpunk terrain, D&D terrain. It's just, the guy just he has a talent for knowing how to make stuff out of nothing. And what we're seeing here is a fan of Blackmagic Craft and is now trying to find a way to use all the stuff that they've made. And it's like, you know, there was a reason why I made all this stuff, right? I was going to use it. I'm just joking.
This is the boss monster door. Pretty proud of this thing. It took a while to make.
Very nice.
Even with the whole lesson. Yeah, so aside from that, I'll also bring my giant foam.
So it sounds like he brings his minimalist kit part 2, version 2, and then he brings that big tub of stuff with him. And they play together. All right, let's watch the conclusion here.
A good time. Sometimes all you need are your dice, some friends, your imagination, and some old backgammon pieces.
That's what I'd say.
I almost dropped this. Oh, and before you go, please let me know what your minimalist DM kit looks like in the comments. I'm always looking for new ideas. All right, take care.
All right, look at that. This is a great channel. I'm going to subscribe right now. House DM, if you guys want to check them out. My Dungeon Master Toolkit, really cool stuff. Well done. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, why don't I show you guys my kit, huh? How about that? Because everybody's got to have a kit, right? So, I'll show you mine. Cyborg Bushin says, what was the most surprising roleplay action from your players that you've seen in all your Cyberpunk games? When they ran away. I never thought they would do that once. There was a time where they were in a situation where things did not look good for them at all. And I was afraid that I was actually going to kill the whole party. And they did the one thing that I didn't think they would do, and is they ran away. Which was the smartest thing to do. Which was the best thing to do. And I didn't account for it because I'm like, you know, nobody ever runs away. Everybody always tries to fight, you know. But these guys were like, no, we're running away. And that actually led to a car chase, explosions, and some really good rolls where they lost the people that were chasing them. You know what I mean? So that was a great moment. I'll always remember that. All right, let's do some music here. And I'll show you guys my minimalist kit. All right. All right. A little bit too loud. There we go. So, first of all, we got these dice here. These are D10s by ENIFAEL. I take them with me now because they are D10s. They're beautiful. They were given to me, obviously, as a gift to promote on my channel. You guys can click on the affiliate link. I don't think it's on this video currently, but it will be if you're watching the VOD. And you can purchase these dice for yourself. They're beautiful D10s, really well made. And when you purchase them using my link, I get a little bit of kickback. But I bring these with me so my players can have a really cool, nice D10 to roll with during the game. As you can see, there's 5. 1 for the game master, 4 for the players. So there's that. You know, everybody has their own dice. This is my little bag or box. Okay. Let me move this a little bit here. This box right here was a sunglasses box. It had sunglasses in it, but the reason I liked it is because it had these dividers for the sunglasses. Each one was a different pair of sunglasses. So I can use that divider to change things around. This hasn't been organized in a while, so there's a lot of like random stuff in here. These are some beautiful dice that I got from Infinite Sided Dice. They gave it to me as a gift, handmade. This is a nice little D20, metallic D20. The Witcher RPG I have not played, Cyborg, so I'm sorry, I can't really give any insight on it. All I know is I love Artel Saurian, I love their games, I love Cody, so I'm sure it's good. And then I got a bunch of dice here, just random dice. Okay. There's just random dice in the box right there. Okay. This is just, you know, I like to have dice for my players. basically I want to make sure that they don't have to bring anything. These are the Jumpstart Kit standees. You can see the characters in there. Here, let me take them out. I had them, they were from the Jumpstart Kit. You can take them out and put them on these little standees, and you have NPCs. See that? 2 bad guys, and you got Racer right there, the Nomad. But I don't use them anymore. Instead, I use these knockoff Warhammer minis. Let me turn down the music just a tad. These are some knockoff Warhammer minis that I literally got for $1, and that's why they're knockoff, because I could just drop them. They make for okay cyberpunk bad guys, you know, or cyberpunk characters. They come in like a green and a blue. You know, they kind of look cyborged out. So they're nice. I use these as minis. I got them from like a literally like, I don't even know what store I was in, and I just spotted them. And I just bought a like whole bag of them as NPCs. Oh, I found the standee. Here you go. You could buy these little Amazon standees, and I think they're called hero stands or something like that. And then there you go. You have a token. And you could print out any token and make an easy, like, high quality token that way. Of course, I gotta have my little, like I said, I just have knickknacks in here too. I got my no latency pin. Gotta have it. And speaking of poker chips, this is a chip from my local shop, Green Tower Games. And it's like a Warhammer token. It can be used as like an objective. And, you know, also have a pin from that same shop. Love my shop, local shop. And that's basically it. That's my whole kit. Because I don't really need anything else. We have the app, scratch piece of paper. Sometimes I bring that that battle map that I showed you guys. I bring the Chess 6 map. I put a map. I draw a map on it, and we get to playing.